This is March 3rd, 2025, and a lot has changed since my last YouTube video. I have taken the real estate exam for Indiana 3 times, and unfortunately, I failed on all of my attempts. I've had thoughts about, oh, what if I decided to stop doing real estate and I decided to pursue another career? My major at IU is in sport management. What if I just found a job there? It'd be a lot easier. Or the leasing job I have right now. And I've been thinking about all these thoughts and about how I should give up, or maybe this isn't for me. And then immediately within 2 seconds, I stop myself from thinking those things. I can't help but feel like this is the only way for me to, this is the only route that I should take. So, you guys know I used to be a YouTuber and I used to make self improvement videos, and I've changed a lot since then. And during that time, I've been understanding how to build wealth, how to live a better life, and how to help people out and share not just my story, but how I can help people find maybe a house that they're looking for in the future, or maybe just right now, things I've learned along the way. You learn the most through failing. And that has been said by many, many successful people, many millionaires, not even just financially successful people. People have just lived life. You learn a lot more by failing than when you succeed one time. And the time you do succeed is the only time that really matters. Many successful people wind up failing many times, and it is painful. And the thing I've learned throughout the last time I've recorded videos was successful people, and the key to success in general, there's no secret. There's no secret to success. People our age, 22, early 20s, even late teens, we watch a lot of videos on how to build wealth, how to be successful, and we always try to look for the secret because we're convinced that we don't know enough things. The fact of the matter is that we know what to do to be successful, and it's right in front of us, which is to work very, very hard for a long period of time on the right things. The caveat there, though, is that it's very, very difficult to have the emotional bandwidth and the physical stability and the resilience to keep going, because the truth is that failure is inevitable in everything that you do. And for most people, you will fail many, many times. And that's to be expected, and it's okay. I've been very hard on myself lately that I failed the real estate exam 3 times. Deep down, I feel stupid. Deep down, I feel like, oh, maybe like I'm different, or I'm an exception to the rule, or because I go to IU and I take a full-time class schedule, I make all these excuses for myself. But the truth is that maybe I just didn't study enough, or there's just something, some strategy, or some way that I study, or maybe just in some ways I don't remember, and I gotta find ways to have better comprehension. I plan on speaking with a private tutor here soon because I think that's going to help me propel my chances of passing the exam. So I look at all of what I'm doing right now, and when I failed the exam, I felt very sad and very depressed. Um, but then I thought about the things that I've been telling you guys, and so I want to start talking more about what you can do, because ultimately that's why I ever want to make YouTube videos, is to help you, the person watching this video, to document my journey too on success, because success is tough. It's not easy being successful. If I had to give advice to anybody out there who's struggling and who keeps failing, I just want to tell you right now that it is perfectly okay to keep failing, and you will learn a lot from this experience. The most successful people I have met have failed many, many times. And of course, the saying goes is that the most successful people fail way more times than I guess you can say, the novice succeeds. And the path to success is through many, many failures. And in sales, yes lives in the land of no. And this is just me telling you that you're enough and that what you've been doing is great and that it's just going to be a matter of when rather than if. And everything you're doing is perfectly fine. You're not unique in the sense that you can't pass or that you can't succeed. It's just a matter of what you're doing, and it's a math equation. This plus this equals that. Income plus input equals output. Effort plus, I guess, consistency equals results. And that's the thing that I've been learning a lot about. So I've been speaking with a managing broker up north, and he is a very ultra successful real estate agent. He's been in the industry for over 35 years. He's a secondary real estate agent in terms of his family. He's a second generation. His parents are realtors and his son's a realtor. And I don't want to ask his income, but I can assume that he does have a very great living. And I spoke with him last summer before I made that YouTube video. And the thing he taught me was that the only thing that's going to get in your way is yourself, your limiting beliefs. What you believe about yourself is a huge determination on where you will end up in your personal life and also in your career. And he's 100% right about that. Meeting millionaires, I constantly see them being very composed and very controlling on how they feel. And they're very articulate and they plan very well. And they manage time extremely well. And it's not a matter of them taking a lot of time to work. They're just very efficient with their time. Indiana football head coach Curt Cignetti, I saw him last couple weeks, and his philosophy on football practices, we're out within an hour and a half instead of the typical 2 hours because they're so efficient with their time. So sometimes I think about that when I'm trying to study for the exam or with maybe what you're trying to do. If you're spending a lot of time training, doing something, researching, maybe think more about what you do with that time rather than how much time you spend. That might be a huge indicator of what you need to do. And I'm ultimately implementing that as well. So that's something definitely to be thinking about right now. And right now I'm in that phase, and you might be in this phase of your life where nobody is rooting for you. Not in the sense of a lot of people, or a lot of people aren't trying to hype you up or be ultra believing in your success. And maybe you don't have a lot of people on your side, or maybe even a lot of people that you believe care about you even doubt you. And you're in that phase where it's like, man, can I really be successful here after living this life and being who I am? Am I really like damned to a life of unsuccess, or am I finally going to be able to get not necessarily what I deserve, but what I've earned? Keep telling yourself yes, because it will happen. Everything's a math equation. It's not arbitrary. When you do the things that are successful, you're going to be successful. And there shouldn't be anything that's taking you back from that. And maybe you've grown up in a life where you've been taught that you're weird, or that you're an exception to the rule, or even that you just can't be successful. I want you to get those thoughts out of your head, because they're not going to get you anywhere, and they're not true either. Those people that told you that, they don't know what they're talking about, because quite frankly, nothing is stopping you from doing the things that are going to be successful. So really, this whole video, in terms of me being self-aware, this whole video is for you to understand that failure is okay, and that the only thing that's going to get in the way is you and you giving up. And I don't want you to give up. Nobody wants you to give up. And if people want you to, then I'm the only guy. And if I'm the only guy that's telling you you shouldn't give up, then I'm the only guy in that situation that really matters. Because if one person's telling you don't give up, then you don't give up. You stick to it. Even if it's hard, even if you question, is this really for me? You keep going, because the emotional stick-to-itiveness is what makes people successful. That is the blueprint, the plan, the standard, is by being able to be resilient and working very, very hard at what you do and being efficient with that time. I'm going to cut this video very short because I don't want to waste your time. My last words of advice would be to understand and just be okay with failing. No matter how many times, no matter how many times you fail, you only have to succeed once for it to have all those failures not matter anymore. And you'll be a better person afterwards. And that success will feel just more rewarding. And if nobody believes in you, I do. Because the only thing that's getting in the way is your beliefs. And if you believe and you do the things that are relative to your success, then you'll be successful. And that's just a plain fact. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Okay. I want to start making more videos. I really want to make a video about why I left the Manosphere group in the future. And I hope that these words of encouragement helped you guys, because it's just something that's been on my mind, and I've cried over this, and it's been really hard. So keep your head up, and I'm sure you'll be just fine, and keep working and never give up, and be okay with failing, and honestly, learn from your mistakes. Thank you guys. Have a great night. See you guys soon.